Hey, 2 bits 8 Thursday back again with 8's updates, and I'm on my mini account right now, and I was trying to enter into Act 5.3, and something got me thinking to some extent, and I like to think that I have an above average skill. I've been playing this game for years at this point, and my roster on my main account is pretty large, but it got me thinking, is there a problem in the Kabam world with this quote-unquote middle class, right? Is there a problem with it? And when I say middle class, I don't mean like if you are free to play versus a whale, or if you're kind of somewhere in the middle. I don't mean that kind of middle class. I mean just this middle class of where you're at in the game. So let me explain. When I started this mini account, I was all in. I was going to, power through and get as much done as fast as I could, right? And they make it all really, really easy to just power up and level up and get a lot of gold and resources early on so that you get hooked and you get addicted to the game, right? I mean, my first, 20 PHCs, I had 10 4-stars in them. I mean, it was very skewed as to what I see on my main account and so forth. Now, disclaimer. I did purchase the sigil, and I did purchase the $735 $5 unit deal. I did purchase one other unit deal. It was $5. And it gave me some 3 stars, some energy, and the units on top of it. It was a pretty good deal. For $5. You still got the units and you got all this extra stuff as well. But they give you a lot of energy early on. And I hit level 40 in the first 8 or 9 days or something. It was crazy. And I'm doing arenas in between questing, and so I'm getting units that I can use on energy revives and so forth. But that's not the point. So the point is this, is that they make it really easy for you early on, right? And then once you've got this really diverse roster and you've got a bunch of heroes ranked up, like on my main account, where in a few minutes I'm going to start my arena grind, where I get 4,000 5-star and 400 6-star shards a week just by basically running my 6-stars, and some 5-stars. I get my streak going, and then I can get other stuff, and I have more than enough energy. I can get all the event quest content done in 3 or 4 days, maybe 5 days, if I wanted to, because it just has so much energy all the time. And the content, Act 6 is pretty hard, is difficult, and the Abyss is difficult, but I can definitely see this difference between the beginning of when you first start an account and when you're where my main account is, where I've got this diverse roster and whatnot. And so I wanted to point out 3 things that I thought were troublesome. One was champion acquisition. 2 was resource acquisition. And 3 was level acquisition. And the only reason I bring up level acquisition is because it seems to me now that Kabam, with this level 60 cap on the Cavalier difficulty, is saying that they're putting a value on players who have, played longer over those who have more skill. Maybe they think that playing longer means that you're more invested in the game and you're more likely to spend money. I don't know. But let's look at the first one, champion acquisition, right? So let's look at my champion roster. I got a lot of really good 4-stars. I got Black Widow Clairvoyant, Corvus Glaive, both are R5. I got Nick Fury, I got Red Hulk, I got Blade, Doom, Guillotine 2099, Proxima Midnight, right? Quake. I've got a lot of really good 4-star champions, right? Omega Red. I'm going the suicide route with my mastery setup. It's taking a little while because got to grind out the units. But you'll notice in my 5-stars, right, I have Yellow Jacket, Rocket Raccoon, and King Groot. You're not clearing any content with that, and I'm not ranking those players up. I have these same heroes on my main account, and they're still rank 1. Still rank 1. Haven't ranked them up. There's no point. I'm not going to use them. I know Brian Grant had ranked up his rank 5 yesterday, ranked up his King Guru to rank 5 yesterday because he was with Man-Thing. And, there's certain circumstances, but that's a year down the road if we ever decide to go do map 7. Like that, I'm not looking at that right now. So, champion acquisition. Got a lot of good 4-stars, right? But then I go into story mode, right? And at this point, there's not enough time for me to legitimately get down any more of the uncollected quest line, right? And for the energy and the time spent and the resources spent, I don't feel like, even if I just took down explored all of Chapter 2, I might 500 5-star shards. I feel like my energy and my time and my resources would be better spent in story mode. So let's look at story mode. So we've got Act 4, right? For Act 4, I can get 3,000 5-star shards for exploring all of it. And 1 4-star hero crystal. Now, it's been this way forever. And when I talk about what I think they should change, I don't think they should change these rewards. Right? Because then you have to offer compensation to people who have already done it and yada, yada, yada. I don't think you should change these rewards. Right? Before Tier 2 Alpha for completing this is good. It's real good. Right? You get, if you explore, you get 300 here, you get 225 here, so 450, 675. So you get 700. So you get 3,750 for exploring all of it. Okay? For all Act 4. Right, you can see I got a lot left. I mean, and I'm using energy to get some, Tier 3 basics and Tier 2 basics, and because I need to level and rank champs up for the arena so that I can continue to get more shards and heroes and rank up gems from the arena. But then we go to Act 5, and here's where I think the middle class is kind of been lost, right? This middle class of progression is that if you look in Act 5.3, I can't go on to 5.3.2 or 3. I can't do this in an order, right? So I do have a champion in Clairvoyant that can do a good chunk of it. And I have other champions, but if I don't take a Mystic into 5.3.1, then I lose 50% attack. So Corvus, who is my other rank 5, is terrible for this act. For this chapter. Now, on 5.3.4, where it's Cosmic, he's great. I mean, he'll just shred everything. And I'll get that down. I'll get a completion run down very fast. Right? But when we look at champion acquisition, even if I were to power through and use units and maybe even, heaven forbid, purchase units to try and complete this, look at what you get. You get 1 5-star hero. Right? 1 5-star hero. And this is a lot. I mean, I want you to consider this. 3 energy. Each of these paths is going to take at least an energy. And I get the long game. Right? But there's 6, 7 paths in each of these. You have to have keys for them. And, I mean, you're talking to explore all of this. And all of what I haven't done in Chapter 1 and Chapter 2, because I've only done a couple runs in each one. I mean, with Event Quest, you're talking months. Right? And then you got, I can't even look at 5.4 on here because I haven't done all 5.3. So when you come and look at the rewards, if you were to complete it all, you get this one, and then you get, I think when I did all the math, you get something like an extra 6,000 5-star shards. Okay. So between completing Act 5 and completing and exploring all of Act 4, which is a lot. I mean, it's a lot of grinding out content. You get 2 5-star hero crystals. 2. With 180 champions in the game at this point. And you saw my first 3 are champions I'm not going to rank up. I can waste the resources on them. Why is this important? Because even if I were to use 4 stars to clear out explore all of Act 5, can't take them into Act 6. So you have to balance ranking up 4 stars with ranking up 5 stars. And this is where the problem comes in, right? Is that resource acquisition. Okay? If I know that I can't take champions into Act 6 as 4 stars, then the only other place that they're good outside of a few runs in Act 5, of maybe a completion run, because there's some really tough paths on Act 5 with just one hero, is Variant 4. Variant 1, 2, and 3, you're not taking 4 stars into those. I've explored all of those on my main account. You're not taking 4 stars in there. You need high-level 5 stars to go into Variant 1, 2, and 3. So then it becomes a point of, how do I get resources, right? So if we go back and we look at the event quests, each month for Heroic and Master Marine, there's 2,000 5-star shards, 1 Tier 4 basic, right? Get a little bit here, get a little bit here, so 2,750, and then 1,000 is all you get for exploring all that. So you get 3,750 a month. So champion acquisition is just, you're dependent almost on getting 4 stars and duplicating them. Getting them high 6, you get max 6 stones. But with the amount of champions in game now, it becomes tougher. Okay? So then resource acquisition, same thing. I'm using energy every day on resources, on getting Tier 3, Tier 2 basic, Tier 1 basic, because I need the champions for the arena so that I can get more units, so I can get more energy to go back in to some of these things, right? But I'm not getting the resource I need. So let's look at my resources for a second, right? So if I go to my inventory, this is point number 2, my catalyst, I've got Tier 4 basics. Even if you look at my overflow, I got a fair amount of Tier 1 alphas and Tier 4 basics, right? And the alliance that I'm in has a good glory each week. We run, I think, 4-4-3 each week, and we get a decent amount of glory. So, I pick some stuff up there. But look, I have 1 Tier 4 Cosmic Catalyst, right? I have 5 Tier 4 Mutants, so 3 of those are going to go to ranking up Omega Red as a 4-star. Then I'll be at 2. 3 Science. Maybe Quake. Hopefully somebody, I think that, I'm not practiced with Quake. I just not seem to Quake and Bake or Quake and Shake very well. So maybe, right? I'm out of Tier 4 Mystic Catalyst, so I took Black Widow Clairvoyant to rank 5, so I can't take Doom up. It's going to be a while before I can take him up. I have 1 skill, right? I have 3 techs. So I can take Guillotine 2099 up. But I can't take Nick Fury up to rank 5, and I can't take Blade up to rank 5. If I use my gold coins in the MODOK store, I can get 3 class catalysts. So I could pick up 3 skills, for example, or 3 mystics and take Doom or Nick Fury up, right? But I can't take the other one up. So it'd probably be my skill, either Nick Fury or Blade, because I already have a mystic in rank 5. But once I do that, if I take all 5, if I use all those resources, where am I getting the resources I need? Let's say I get an amazing champion. Let's say I complete Act 5. And I get a 5-star champion. And then I get the shards with what I have already to get another 5-star champion. What if I get 2 of the best 5-stars in the game? I don't have anything to rank them up with. Where am I going to get that from? I'm not getting that every month from EventQuest. And now you're telling me that Cavalier difficulty is level 60. Well, I'm level 52 right now. I'm already uncollected, and it's been 5 weeks that I've had this account. So where am I getting these from? Right? I can get 2% every day from or 4% a day from the daily event stuff, right? I think these give you right here, if I go into daily quest, this mutant one, this gives me what, 4%? If I do, and it's 4 energy a tile, take me 6 months to get 1, right? So I think there's a problem with resource acquisition. I mean, right now, I'm not overly hurting for gold, but I know that if I start ranking up 5 stars, 4-star to rank 5 is 500,000 gold. So if I ranked the 3 champions, I'm going to be down a lot of gold very quickly. And then I won't have any gold to rank up my 5 stars. So then I'll just be stuck, right? I could slowly chip away at Act 5, but it'll take me months, right? And at that point, what do? Then the last thing is experience, okay? Yes, I have a ton of experience boost, right? But you're saying that Cavalier difficulty is level 60. Well, there's no way. I'm level 52. I'm about 75% of the way to 53. There's no way before 4th of July in 5 or 6 days that I can get. I mean, I would have to play 24 hours straight with 50% XP boost on, and I'd have to buy an Odin's worth of units just to have enough energy to go crazy and explore Act 5 or explore Act 4, even explore Act 5. So I'm like, I mean, just to even come close to trying to get there before 4th of July or before the new event quest drops. I don't even think they're going to get there in the next month. I mean, it's hard at this point. I mean, it's been almost a week since I hit 52, and I've had an experience boost on every time. I've had a 40% experience boost on every time I run anything. I just have that many of them. And so if you're going to make that level 60 cap, that's a problem. Okay, so we've talked about the problems. What are the solutions? And I'm sorry this video is a little longer, but I want to talk about the solutions. I don't believe in changing the rewards that are currently in the story mode and the event quest. I think those are solid. I think those are good. I don't mind what they've done. However, there needs to be changes to 2 major aspects of the game. And I've talked about this in my rewards update, my Level Up Kabam rewards updates. So if you want to go watch that video, you're more than welcome to. I'll put the link in and down in the description. But here's what I think you should do, right? I think you need to change a few things. 1, in the rewards, these solo event rewards. Look at Level Up. Oh, sorry, I hit the wrong button. Look at Level Up. All right, let's look at the milestone. Look at that. There is no shards in there. No shards. Kabam. Why is it difficult to take these 2,000 crystals and put shards in there? Or these 750 crystals? Why not just put shards in there? And make it progression based. If you're proven, put 3-star shards in there. If you're Conqueror, put 4-star shards in there. If you're Uncollected, put 5-star shards. And if you're Cavalier, put 6-star shards. I mean, are you really gonna tell me that a player who's Cavalier would rather have 5-star shards over 6-star shards? Maybe to some extent. Maybe if they're trying to do, but I really don't think if you just update this and put 6-star shards in there for Cavalier players, I don't think anybody's complaining that didn't get 5-star shards, we get 6-star shards. No, you'd be over the moon, right? Just put them in there. Why is it complicated? Right? I mean, I just leave all of it like it is, and just add a few things. Just add a few things, right? Take this. So in this level 3, right? Here's what you should do. Level 1, this number 1 right here on this 22-hour solo should be a generic 2-star. Level 2 should be a generic 3-star, like +2, right? Level 3, generic 4-star, +2, right? Level 4, generic 5-star, +2 or +5, because now you're at 200 for SIG levels instead of 99. So you go +5 SIG-stone, right? Level 5, 6-star generic 6-stone. Maybe +1 for right now. If you're going to be so stingy, just +1. Then every day you can get a +1 6-stone generic. I mean, kabam. People need hundreds of these 6-stones. Getting 30 generic in a month isn't going to break your bank. It's not. Right? And then add 6-star shards. Do 25 in level 1, 50 in level 2, 100 in level 3, 200 in level 4, 500 or 250 in level 4, 500 in level 5. And every day you could be getting some shards. Right? Make it competition. Make rank rewards. Change these rank rewards. I mean, for God's sakes, like, what are these? Like, the number 1, rank 1, you still only have tier 3 class catalysts. You still only have 4-star generics. Like, come on, Kabam. Just fix it. Put some tier 4 basics. Put some tier 5 class catalyst shards. Or tier 5 basic catalysts. Put some tier 2 alpha shards in here. And make it progression based. Right? If you're proven, put tier 1 stuff. If you're a conqueror, or put tier 2 stuff. If you're and 3-star. If you're conqueror, put 4-star and tier 3 stuff. If you're uncollected, put tier 4 stuff and put 5-star shards. And if you're cavalier, put tier 5 stuff and put 6-star shards in here. And that way you're getting more. Like, look at this 4-star like RNG, but come on. Stop. It's just bad. Right? The problem is that the number of characters and the number of resources needed to rank up characters has gotten to the point where you are outpacing what we can actually gain. And if we can't do anything, then we're going to leave. So that's solution number 1. Increase the solo events. Solution number 2, increase the alliance events. Right? So come down here to the rewards. And look, these rewards are pretty decent. I'm not going to lie. Right? This is more what it should look like. Right? But bump them a little bit. Right? Make it based on alliance progression. Right? If your alliance has, X amount of champion, whatever the champion number is, right? So, if you're a 30 million alliance, you get a little bit more, or whatever. You can tag it however you want. And the last thing, and this may be unpopular, right? But this still is a game that requires a lot of money to run, right? I would say, come down here. Where is it? And I would go, and I would update the test of the uncollected, right? 5-star's good. Health potion's good. ISO's, not bad. But you went from 200 5-star shards to 2,000 premium hero crystal shards. Just up it. Just increase from 200 to 500. Right? I mean, I'm not saying it should be pay to win. I'm not. Because even if you bump these values up, you may actually get more people to buy the sigil, first of all. Right? I mean, but premium hero crystal shards? Are you kidding? So anyways, I think that you do have a problem with the middle class right now. The middle class of progression. This account's stuck. Like, I'm just going to slowly, mindlessly chip away at Act 4 and then do each event quest each month. And then, but it's, like, it was fun. It's been super fun getting here. But I'm stuck, right? And even if I had the skill to go in there and explore all of Act 5. Oh, there was one other thing. So, story mode. So, it's time, Kabam. Act 1, 1 energy per tile. Act 2, 1 energy per tile. Act 3, 2 energy. Okay, Act 3 needs to come down to 1 energy per tile. Act 4 needs to come down to 1 energy per tile. And Act 5 should be 2 energy per tile at this point. Kabam, you are adding more content all the time, right? You're going to add a Canadian difficulty, Cavalier difficulty, whatever we're calling it. And next month, there will be the same amount of difficulty levels, but in future months, your plan, I would assume, would be to continue putting beginner, normal, heroic, master, uncollected, Cavalier. If you're going to do that, even though you've given us a lot more energy and whatnot, it's going to be a push to get all of that done, right? I mean, the beginner gives you units. It's cheap, easy, free units. Same with normal. Same with heroic. They're cheap, easy, free units for free-to-play players. Or for anybody, really. But for those of us that haven't done Act 5 or Act 4, explored Act 4 yet, just shrink these down. Because we still have AQ to do. We still have AW to do. Right? I still got arenas to grind. Like, what would be the hurt? I mean, you've already decreased them once. Decreased Act 4 from 3 energy per tile to 2 energy per tile. And nobody complained about it. Not one person. On my main account, when you did it, I'd already 100% explored it. And I was like, awesome. That's a great change. Right? I didn't think it was a bad change. That was a great change. So, that's another change to CC, right? 1 energy per tile on Act 4, 2 in Act 5. I would even go so far as to say 2 in Act 6. I mean, you want people to do your content, and yet you add more and more content. And we just don't have the time because of the way the energy refills. Right? So, anyways, those are my solutions, guys. I've always tell my students as a teacher that you shouldn't get to complain. You shouldn't get to talk about problems without offering some solutions. So those are my solutions. Let me know what you think down in the comment section below. If you like what you saw, like what you heard, hit that subscribe button, hit that like button, hit that notification bell, and I will see you guys again soon. Thanks.